Hi guys, welcome to the shop. Today we're going to remove this transmission from this chassis. This is from the 56 oval barn find. And with the transmission out, we'll be able to flip this chassis on its side. So we'll be able to get at these floors from, the top side and the bottom. We got a lot of patching to do on those. And we'll also tackle these torsion bar covers today. They're going to take some heat from the acetylene torch. Bottoms are basically gone. Yeah, I do have some covers that are much better shape than that, but they do have some holes, so we'll have to do some fixing on those, and we'll do some cleanup and paint on all that and kind of get that ready. So that's kind of the goal for today: get the transmission out and those covers fixed, and all these bolts right here, like there's the body mount that broke off, and I'm sure those are going to break, at least a couple of them out of the 4. And we'll probably have to do the weld the nut on trick, or worst case scenario, we'll have to drill them out and tap them. So that's on the agenda for today. This looks like a more normal shock than that other one. Now I have this impact swivel socket that kind of will be able to get in there and swivel past this flange. These are also good for taking engines out. I have a 17 millimeter too for taking engine bolts out. Oh, great. Underneath this plate is where the shifter coupler is. Usually 2 screws, in this case just 1. This one's missing. Here was my screwdriver. And here's the coupler. And they do have it safety wired, which is good. So you need to cut the safety wire and unscrew those. Yeah, 9 millimeter fits it. It's like a square head screw. And that's a fight. Now that should be good. It's loose. And when we pull the transmission, it should come out. Okay, I went ahead and removed these 2 bolts here, the front mounts. They're actually like hand tight, so I don't know if I took those out or if they were like that. But those are out. The shift coupling is out. And we have the axles free, both sides. Brake lines. Emergency brakes out. Now the only thing now is there's 2 big mounts here that take a, I don't know, 27 millimeters socket. This one here is 1 1/16", whatever that is in metric, but it fits it perfect. So one there and one over here, and we'll go ahead and remove those 2. And if my calculations are correct, we should be able to slide this out. And I'm going to get a rolling dolly to put it on. And then eventually we'll put it up on a engine stand like we had the front end on. I have another engine stand we can use. So we can power wash that, clean it up, reseal it, paint the axles, and then we're going to put new boots on too. We have a little dolly under here. We'll take these last 2 bolts out and hopefully this slides out. So it should be free. So I have to get this off. It's not coming off, so we're gonna have to pry it. Looks like it broke apart. Broke in two. So we'll try to pry that off. Yeah, it's broken in half. Okay, so there's the transmission out. Now we need to tackle these broken bolts and try to get these out. Okay, I have a nut on here on this broken stud, broken bolt, was a bolt. We'll see if we can get enough heat in here to back this out. Probably about a 50-50 chance. Otherwise I'll have to take some acetylene, try to heat it from the bottom, and re-weld another one on there. You want to try to get as much heat in as possible. Okay, let it cool down a little. It's still really hot. But I'm going to use some of this Deep Creep. This is from Seafoam. This is the only stuff I found that can hold up to heat. I don't know, it kind of smells like there's maybe some wax in the mix. You know, it doesn't instantly evaporate like WD-40 or, you know, any other kind of penetrant. It's the only stuff I found that'll hold up. This WD-40 would have just been gone. So that worked. Okay, we'll try heating this one up first. This looks like the easiest one. The rest of them are pretty rusted thin even, so they're more or less going to break. But we'll try these top two, might go. There's a rubber bushing in here too that'll probably start heating up and smoking. You get the bolt almost melting. This not only expands the bolt, but it also kind of converts the rust. Kind of makes it more brittle. Some kind of molecular thing going on in there. I think it goes from hematite to magnetite or something like that. I think that should be good. That bolt is just about to melt. The edges are melting off. Okay, so it's still screaming hot, but cooled down a little, and we'll put a little bit of the Seafoam on there. You let it cool down just a little bit more. All right, gave it another minute or two. That's about how you want it. We'll see what happens here. Oh, it's moving. More sea foam on there. Oh yeah, we're good to go. That intense heat is the trick. There you go. On to the next one. Well, it's still warm. Just for kicks, see if it moves at all. It actually is good. It is moving. Well, I lucked out on that one. The rest of the brackets just rusted away. Here's the outer bushing. The chassis looks like it's in good shape. Just ate away the cover. Okay, we're ready to take this spring plate off. What I do is come in here with a screwdriver on this end and then tap the other end with a mallet. We just have to get it off this shelf here, this little stop. A lot of people take and scribe a line here, but all you're doing, if it's still on the stop, is you're just measuring the width of this plate. This line doesn't matter at all. So you need to get it off the stop, and then we can scribe a line. But what we're going to do is take a measurement. You really don't need a line. The measurement is the best with the level. So we'll try to ease this off the stop. You want to ease it off the stop without taking it completely off the torsion bar. It's splined in here. And that's the measurement we want. So we're just going to kind of ease it. And a lot of people say it's under a lot of pressure and that, but really it's only goes down about a ½ inch. That's about it. You just don't want to, if you're working from underneath it, you want to kind of be careful, but up here you're fine. See, it's just slipping off. You'll see how far it'll only go down a little bit as long as you have stock ride height. See, that was it. Not even half, about a ½ inch. So I'm just going to work that off. Make sure it's off the stop. And now, if you wanted to scribe a line, you could here. But we are going to paint this, so we're going to take a measurement. So I checked the chassis and it was at 0. You want to make sure you always zero out your chassis and then put the level on here, and it says 13 degrees. 13. So when we put it back, we're going to make sure the chassis is level, and then we'll set this at 13 degrees. So now you can ease this off. And there's your inner bushing, and this is the actual torsion bar, which needs to be cleaned up. These are sometimes stuck in here. And that's in pretty rough shape. And these are left and right marked. Make sure you put them in the same way. So we'll clean this one up. This rust is pretty bad. We probably should replace this one. Okay, here's what I have in stock for torsion bar covers. I kind of went through them here. I think I'm going to use these. They seem to have the best inside where the actual bushing rides are. This is really solid. There is a spot here with some rust, a rust hole, and on the edge here we'll have to weld. We can weld that up pretty easily, but we'll go ahead and put these in some muriatic acid. You want to do that outside. You don't want to do that in your shop or all your tools will be rusted. It gets in the air, and you want to use a respirator too when doing that, and eye protection. It's pretty nasty, but it'll strip the rust off of here, and then we'll be able to hit it quick with the sandblaster. It makes blasting it a lot easier. So we'll go ahead, do that, and see what we're left with. Okay, I have these back from sandblasting them, and we're going to try to fill this hole here. There are some slight perforations right here, and I think I'm probably going to just braze those, but I'm going to try to TIG weld this one. We'll see how it works. I'm going to use some 16th inch filler rod and kind of use it almost as like a heat sink. You know, I'm not sure how this is going to react. We'll have to see when we light it up. I'm using a 200 DV Everlast welder, and that will light up at like 5 amps, so really low, so we can get it just warming it up and then slowly start working that edge, and we should be able to fill it with this. We'll give it a shot. If not, we'll go to the MIG welder, but we're gonna give this a shot first. Then there's a little piece on the corner here that we can run a bead across here a couple times, and should be good to go. Like I say, these little perforations here, there's a couple little ones here and one here, I will hit with a brazing. So there's kind of the first pass. I just kind of laid the rod across there and melted it into the metal. So we'll try to keep building this up until we have it filled in. Here's pass number 2, kind of a big blob there. This isn't going to be a real pretty weld. But we'll just keep at it, keep going across there until we get it. Third pass. Getting there. To resharpen the tungsten. That's 4 trips over it. Okay, so that's like the 5th pass. We're getting there. We just got to get that inside now. And it's welding all the way through. And this can be, this can come through on the bottom. There's the bushing comes in here. So this doesn't have to be finished off inside of there. So probably a couple more passes and we should be there. So there we have it filled. I'll just grind it down flat. Okay, so I have this all set here for powder coating. Did put a little bit of braze down. There's a few little perforations. So this will powder coat just fine. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have this all ready to go. I spared you from watching me paint these. I basically just went over everything with an angle grinder with a cup wire brush on it. Knocked off all the loose rust and then went over it with Pour 15. The yellow stripe here was on the old ones, so I put it on the new painted one. It's just basically to keep a matched pair together is all that is. New bushings, new rubber bushings, and our new our fixed up plate here that'll go on that, and that's what's powder coated, and some new hardware. So I'll meet you over by the chassis. Okay, we're ready to reassemble this here. I did paint the torsion bar. It had some surface rust on it. It probably should have been replaced. They say if it's rusted at all, it should be replaced. But I'm going to take a chance on this car. If it breaks, I'll fix it. So it's no big deal. We're going to give it a shot. First thing I'm going to do is grease it with a good lithium-based, just all-purpose grease. And we'll grease the entire torsion bar. And I'll put it in the chassis. Okay, so now the first thing to do is put some new bushing and just put a little talcum powder on it. And then we'll put the torsion arm on it. And I did verify that the chassis is at 0 degrees. And this came in at 13. Oops. And that's 14 right there. The other side was 12. So there it is at 13. It's just off the stop. You want to make sure it's not on the stop. 13 right on. So that's where we'll leave it at. Make sure you get the other side right at that. That came in at, it was technically 12, but we'll do both at 13 and should be good to go. I'll put this bushing on. It's on like that. A repaired cover. And then I have a little bit longer screws to start them with. You want to draw in those bushings. Just a little short, we'll have to tap it with the mallet. Okay, so we'll start to draw this in with the longer screws. I like to get it kind of close to the stop. So there's about an 1/8 inch behind here before it hits the stop. So now we're going to bring this up so we can get it over the stop. I'm going to do that with a ratchet strap. Okay, so here's the ratchet strap we're going to use. This tail is a little bit long, so I just wrapped it around a couple times. And what we'll do is get this on here. Okay, so we have it ratchet strapped down and it's above the stop there. Tighten these down a little more. Okay, so we have it up on the stop now. Two good bolts, and these are longer ones. So we can take these out now and put the regular size in. There you have it. So now we'll let the ratchet strap down. And it's all set. It's up on the stop. All right, we have it all set. Looks pretty good. It came out really nice. Real happy with this. Came out a lot easier than I thought. I've had battles with these torsion bars before, getting stuck in the chassis and having to take them out with a hammer, slide hammer, and it's not fun. But this one came out pretty nice. We have it all painted up back here and that. We have the other side ready to go. We just have to put that in. And then it's onto these floors. So that'll be the next video, is patching these floors up, painting them, and then onto the transmission area. That's going to take some power washing and some wire brushing. And then we should be getting close on the chassis. That's back on the body. So thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe, give me a like, and we'll see you on the next one.